Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I don't know what's happening to me. I seem to be forgetting things more often than I used to. You walk into a room and suddenly can't remember why you went there. You put your car keys down, and a few minutes later, you can't remember where. Someone introduces themselves, and moments later, their name has slipped your mind. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people begin to notice these kinds of changes as they get older, and naturally, the first question that comes to mind is, Doctor, what's happening to me? Is this just a normal part of getting older, or is something wrong with my brain? They're important questions, and fortunately, science is beginning to give us some reassuring answers. The first thing I'd like you to know is this: not every forgotten name or misplaced set of keys means you're developing dementia. Some slowing of memory can be a normal part of healthy aging. You might be wondering, how do we tell the difference between the normal changes that come with aging and a condition like dementia? Let's try to understand that difference. Then let's see what's actually happening inside our brains as we get older. And perhaps most importantly, what we can do to help keep our brains healthy for years to come. Should you be worried? Not necessarily. As we get older, it's perfectly normal for our brains to slow down a little. It may take a little longer to remember someone's name, or you may occasionally misplace your keys and then remember where you left them. Those kinds of changes are usually part of normal aging. Dementia is different. With normal aging, the information is still there. You simply need a little more time to find it. With dementia, the brain gradually loses the ability to store, organize, and use information in everyday life. A person may repeatedly ask the same question, become confused in familiar places, or struggle with routine tasks that were once effortless. Fortunately, most people who occasionally forget names or misplace their keys do not have dementia. At the same time, you shouldn't ignore persistent changes in memory. If these changes become more frequent, begin interfering with your daily activities, or are noticed by your family, it's important to discuss them with your healthcare provider. But why do these changes happen in the first place? Let's try to understand what's actually happening inside our brains as we get older. Like every other organ in the body, the brain changes throughout life. These changes don't happen overnight. They develop gradually over many years, which is why looking after brain health should begin long before problems appear. The second is energy. Although the brain represents only about 2% of our body weight, it uses around 20% of the body's energy. Without a constant supply of energy, brain cells simply can't perform at their best. The third is protection. Every day, normal metabolism produces oxidative stress, while inflammation and other factors can gradually damage brain cells over time. Fortunately, the brain has its own natural defense systems. However, over time, these natural defenses gradually become less efficient. The fourth is repair and adaptation. One of the most remarkable things about the brain is that it continues changing throughout life. It forms new connections, strengthens important ones, and removes weaker ones. That's how we continue learning, adapting, and storing new memories. When one or more of these systems begin to slow down, you may begin noticing changes in memory, concentration, or mental sharpness. The encouraging news is that many of these systems are influenced by the choices we make every day. That's where nutrition, lifestyle, and carefully selected evidence-based nutraceuticals may play an important role in supporting healthy brain function. Now that we understand what's happening inside the brain, the next question is, can we actually do anything to support it? The answer is yes. However, it's important to have realistic expectations. Nutraceuticals can play an important supporting role, but they work best as part of a healthy lifestyle. Good quality sleep, regular physical activity, a balanced diet, keeping the mind active, and managing stress all work together to support a healthy brain. Nutraceuticals are just one important piece of that bigger picture. You may have heard the word nootropic. Scientists use this term to describe natural or synthetic compounds that may help support brain function through different biological pathways. The important thing to remember is that no single nutraceutical does everything. Each works in a different way. Some primarily support communication between brain cells. Others help protect the brain from oxidative stress and inflammation. Some support energy production, while others appear to support the brain's remarkable ability to repair, adapt, and form new connections. Let's look at 3 of the best studied examples. Let's begin with repair and adaptation. One nutraceutical that has attracted considerable scientific interest is lion's mane mushroom. In a 2009 clinical trial by Mori and colleagues, published in Phytotherapy Research, older adults with mild cognitive impairment who took lion's mane for 16 weeks showed significant improvements in cognitive function compared with those taking a placebo. Researchers believe one reason may be that lion's mane helps stimulate the production of nerve growth factor, or NGF, a protein involved in the growth, maintenance, and survival of nerve cells. In simple terms, it appears to support the brain's natural ability to repair, adapt, and form new connections. Communication between brain cells is equally important. One of the most extensively studied nutraceuticals in this area is Citicoline. A 2021 randomized, placebo-controlled clinical trial involving healthy older adults found that Citicoline supplementation improved attention and certain aspects of memory compared with placebo. Citicoline also helps maintain healthy brain cell membranes and increases the availability of acetylcholine, one of the brain's most important neurotransmitters involved in learning and memory. That makes it particularly important for supporting communication between brain cells. Protecting brain cells is just as important as helping them communicate. One herb that has been studied extensively for this purpose is Bacopa monnieri. A meta-analysis by Kong Keao and colleagues published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology reviewed multiple randomized controlled trials and concluded that Bacopa improved several aspects of memory, particularly delayed recall and information processing. Researchers believe these benefits are largely due to Bacopa's antioxidant and neuroprotective compounds, which help protect brain cells from oxidative stress while also supporting healthy communication between neurons. What is particularly encouraging is that these nutraceuticals don't all do the same job. Each supports a different aspect of brain health. That's one reason researchers often study them individually, rather than expecting one supplement to do everything. Just remember, don't panic if you occasionally forget a name or misplace your keys. In most cases, that's a normal part of aging and not a sign of dementia. However, if you notice persistent changes in your memory that begin interfering with your daily life, or your family notices those changes, it's time to speak with your healthcare provider. Brain health isn't determined by one supplement or one healthy habit. It's the result of many small choices you make every day for a healthier life. Nutraceuticals can certainly play an important supporting role, but they're only one piece of the puzzle. Now, if you're considering nutraceuticals, choose products that are supported by good scientific evidence rather than marketing claims. And because every person is different, it's always a good idea to discuss them with your healthcare professional, especially if you're taking prescription medications or have underlying health conditions. Lastly, we all know that aging is a natural part of life. While we can't stop the aging process, there is a great deal we can do to support healthy brain function and help maintain a healthy, active brain for many years to come. The small choices you make every day How well you sleep, how active you remain, the foods you eat, and, when appropriate, using evidence-based nutraceuticals can make a meaningful difference in how well your brain serves you in the years ahead. I hope today's consultation has helped you better understand what may be happening inside the aging brain, and more importantly, what we can do to support it. If you found this consultation helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you would like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue bringing you evidence-based health information that you can trust. If you have questions about today's topic, or there's a nutraceutical or health condition you'd like me to discuss in a future consultation, please let me know in the comments below. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your brain, and remember, healthy aging isn't about finding one miracle solution. It's about making better choices, one day at a time. Thank you for watching.